We've been working for the last 10 weeks with the young poets, some of which here today. Raise your hand. Yay! So we've been working on pieces that we're going to put up in the assembly that's going to be on this Friday. And that assembly is a sort of public test for us. On the 28th, the Youth Commission's put together a youth summit. It's going to be at City Hall on the 28th.
It should be students. Students are force-fed, falsified information while they sit in trance. It is time for a wake-up call. Instead of a pledge to empire, how about a pledge to what moves us? Freedom from books bound by chapters that only speak of Eurocentric beginnings. I pledge allegiance to the light of knowledge, so that it may bounce off people like they were mirrors, transforming any classroom into this one.
To my daughter Emma, the first time I felt you move, like time, like a spiral staircase in the aisle of the store, I stood still and listened in the dark to something peculiar. 5 inches above my belly button, there's a heartbeat. 3 inches below, there's another heart. Tied up to my belly button by a cord of hope, my first child.
So this piece is called A List of Inappropriate Questions I Have Asked My Mother. 1. So do you think either of my sisters ever figured out that I'm your favorite? It's the 4th of July, and we are staring out the window of my first grown-up apartment in a city 3,000 miles from my birth. We've turned out the lights to watch as the Mission District belches fireworks above the rooftops with a practiced, lazy rebellion. The view is better than any postcard ever made, and I am drunk.
The whole point of this is to help you guys get a chance to sort of get exposed to professionals who do this. And sort of them sharing their voice, but also for them to help you cultivate your voice. And so,
hi everybody, my name is Tatiana Brown. I am a poet who lives in San Francisco. They gave us a list of literary devices that you guys are studying and looking at. So I'm gonna do a poem for you guys right now. How many of you have dated somebody? Raise your hand.
This is one.
Many people. I don't feel weird. Definitely didn't do it until I was much older. How many of you have had a really crappy breakup? Raise your hand.
This is one.
Okay, how many of you have had feelings? Just feelings in general. Okay, 4 of you. You're all robots.
I fell in love with my husband. We were the last of the Cold War children, born in the crater of the aftermath. We met in a church, filled with broken hymns and snow, on a street of no dresses and pearls, in a city of boarded-out bread stores and paralyzed buses. We walked home together. He was a cypress pulpit. I was a quiet psalm. These words are the only photographs we took. On our first date, we took a walk through what had been the town's only zoo. The animals.
Other trait could help me as much through life.
Upcoming event for me is another big event to express myself and get people to see the world through my eyes, I guess.
I'm saying, mostly I'm eager, I want to get my voice out there. I want people, hear, what I got to say and what I stand for and something I believe in.
I feel like the city of Hayward needs a lot of improvements, but we're getting places, and I think that with this small actions to youth summits and everything, get everybody involved is really important.
Am I nervous? I say there's always a little performance jitters that I have, but other than that, this all goes away once I'm on stage.
So the poem that I'm about to present is about some experiences that I've had as a child, and it's about hardships that I've faced.
Do other people look at me differently? I say, yeah, there's always, I couldn't say that there's not one person that has, prejudiceness towards people, and, always judge people, by the first time they see them. So I say, if I don't open up my mouth and I don't say what's on my mind and represent what I believe, then yes, I feel like people look at me differently.
I believe the audience will react somewhat, like a step back, because towards the end I tend to get loud and I tend to get powerful with my closing. So I think the audience will be pleased with what I have. I hope for the best.
These sheetrock walls stare at me with a face of question and curiosity. Without judgment, they wait patiently and embrace me. Laced with insulation so no one can hear the stream of thoughts that spring within me.
I am. The spark in the minds of people without no spines, or too many flaws to stand for the cause that they truly got their hearts in. So come on, walk with me, I'll sit down, open up my mind, and I swear, you, and you will fall in. Fall into my mind defines that success in its purest form, so far, far from the norm.
Her backseat, charged with murder, now facing 25 to life, second degree. You see, the reason why I try to do right and avoid so much wrong is because my brother is worth the holding out and staying strong. I've lost a loved one in my past. I did not want her to be my first, but I do want her passing to be my last. If I were to lose my brother to either the streets, or it was just his time to leave, will shatter the glass walls reflecting my perseverance and break the barriers of the realms of 20.
So for my performance, I was more nervous than I expected, actually. I didn't feel it till I got up on the stage, and I think the main thing was the audience members. A lot of times when you go to poetry slams, you have people that are there to hear poetry, and when you go to these other places and perform, it's different because they don't really come to hear poetry. Like the people today came for workshops and they just happened to hear what I had to say.
The crowd, I think, they were waiting for us to, tell them something that they would really connect to, and I feel like once it was established, they really could bond with us.
I think the audience reacted like shocked when towards the end how I started going faster and getting louder, because as I looked across, they all looked like they were into me. So I felt as if I had somewhat of a connection with them.
I think my message is best expressed through poetry because writing a paper would be easy for me, but it wouldn't get me the audience that spoken word would. And in addition, it's also a great way to get art out there because it is art. It took me approximately 2 weeks to write my piece, and I've added, taken out certain parts, and it's been getting better every time I revise it. I feel nervous at first when I perform, but as the lines start passing by, I gain more confidence, and I feel like I start to embody my character. Anger brings out the emotion in my piece because I can't fathom the idea that politicians and the wealthy would actually care more about their interests, especially politicians, because they're supposed to work for their people, their constituents. Documentary. Okay. And I happen to watch Why We Fight. That's a pretty good documentary about the military-industrial complex and its impacts, why this country goes to war. I came across it. I came across my topic because, like I said before, politics is something that really interests me, and the military-industrial complex popped up. I'm not exactly sure where it did, but I wrote this piece after I watched the documentary Why We Fight, which centers around the military-industrial complex. Injustice is my inspiration for writing poetry because it really brings out the emotion in me, at least I feel it does, and it also helps me think of better ways that I could do my part to get a little equality. My biggest challenge as a spoken word artist is getting all my ideas out. they're in my head. The difficulty is actually putting them on paper and then connecting the dots, connecting them and making them into one piece. I've enjoyed being a spoken word artist for as long as I have, because I feel it helps better myself and communicate better with others.